Yo, we is back with another Not the Same podcast sports show, episode number 23. I had it in my mind, brother. I had it in my mind. We is back. I'm supposed to do this every time we do a show, and I don't never remember, but we is back. D, what's up, D? How you doing, man?
What's up, D? What's going on?
I said appreciate.
Please.
Appreciate you.
I don't know what please is, but that's what we do.
I don't know what please. Please. That's what the kids say when they ask, can I have something to eat, please? But nah,
Right.
Appreciate you sliding through, sis, as always. You know what I mean? Anyway, brother, what's good, man? What's going on?
Man, I'm feeling good over here, man. Sports, the play-in tournament here for us. You know what I mean?
Yep.
NHL hockey playoffs on the way. Hey, man, it's just a good time to be a sports fan. I said that in a random mind, brother. I said it in a random mind. We got a lot to talk about.
Absolutely. This is one of the best times of the year if you are a sports fan. And if you are male or woman and not a sports fan, I have a question for you. Why?
Why?
It's so exhilarating. It's nice to watch, you know, especially if you have a particular team you like our sister D, you know, she rocked with the Chicago teams. Sports hit different when you have a passion for a particular team, man. It's just, I can't explain it. You know what I'm saying? It's like beautiful agony, so to speak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because your team going to lose eventually, and you dread that day, but you know it's coming, you know, but you don't know exactly when it's coming. But you know they good at the same time. And maybe it's just me. You know, it just be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hey, bro. I know we ain't slated for topic tonight, but it's a couple of people picking the Wolves to beat your Grizzlies, bro.
I hope so. I want all the negative energy. It's good because they need it. They young dudes, they need that kind of pushing. You know what I mean? D say you better know it. Absolutely. You know what I mean? That young dude, they need to hate us. So good.
Oh,
please,
for sure. They feed off that.
Please, more hate. Anyway, man. Shout out to all the people that rebroadcast Not the Same podcast sports show. Shout out to our homies, MTMV, My Team, My Voice Sports Network. We salute them. You know what I mean? We are part of that. A part of them. Also, His Hop Radio. Salute to them, our brother Sam. We had him on the Music and Faith show, but salute to that brother. Also, salute to new team member, Praise 365, ran by my brother Scooter. He just got that stellar nomination, my brother. You know what I mean? So salute to him. So, hey, if you would like to be a rebroadcast partner, I would pop it up, but we're one of the broadcasters we don't have no more, and it's all good. So we're going to get a new one. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how it works. But if you would like to rebroadcast or Not the Same podcast, hit us up at notthesamepodcast@gmail.com. And we can work out the situation. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be free, but it might not be depending on the day. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah. It's just
check this out, man. Shout out to the rebroadcasters, Praise 365 and Sam for His Hop Radio. Both of these stations that rebroadcast and Not the Same podcast that we're a part of have been nominated for Stellar Awards. I mean, so that's big, man. That's big. Mm-hmm. That's big.
It's very big.
We're two platforms that are getting getting some type of notoriety, man. Shout out to
y'all
them.
Just know our day is coming.
Oh yeah.
It is coming. All right, man. Yeah. All right, so let's get into bro. I got a question for you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Always. Somebody tell me what's poppin'. What is popping? So much is going on in the sports realm these days. Number one, let's start with the NBA play-in tournament. Day one, which was last night. Day two is tonight. And Friday would be basically like the play-in tournament championships. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what happened? Yeah. I'll let you go deep into the details, but I just say the teams. Brooklyn played Cleveland. Brooklyn won. And then the Timberwolves played the Clippers. Timberwolves won. That was a much better game than the first game. But needless to say, Rod, hit him with them stats, brother.
Hey, man, I hit you with the stats, but I'm going to say something. If Jared Jackson would have played last night for the Cavaliers, I don't think it would have been like it was. Cleveland came back at the end.
Jackson. I can't remember his last name.
I mean, Jared Allen. I'm sorry, Jared Allen. I don't know why I said Jackson. Anyways, the Nets, who had the number 7, 8, and the 8 seed was the Cavaliers. They won 115-108. Let me tell you something. Kyrie and Durant went off last night. Kyrie had a perfect half of 9 for 9. Like, my man could not
Mm-hmm.
miss. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So they went into the first half, but the Nets ended up winning, which we all expected. They
Yeah.
won 115-108. The second game, however, was pretty good. The Clippers and the Timberwolves, I mean, Cat couldn't hit the side of a barn
Mm.
yesterday. Like, my man couldn't hit anything. But once he
What up,
fouled
Glenn?
out, hey, what up, Glenn? Once he fouled out, that boy D'Lo and Anthony Edwards, he gonna be a problem. Let me tell y'all something.
Anthony Edwards is a future superstar, and
Yes,
probably
he
will be
is.
by the time his playoffs run is over this year. Go
Yeah,
ahead, bro.
yeah, like you know, he's on the cuffs. We talked about Ja Morant earlier in the year, like cuffs of superstardom.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Edwards is just that. And after
Yeah.
Cat went down last night, him and D'Lo took over, and
Yeah.
they ended up winning 109 to 104.
Mm-hmm.
The winners of that game they advanced as 7th seed and advanced on to the NBA playoffs for the both game 1 and 2 yesterday. It was
Mm-hmm.
for the 7th seed for their respective side. Like C talked about tonight, Wednesday, April 13th. We got game 3, Charlotte Hornets versus the Atlanta Hawks. You got the
Yep.
Spurs versus the New Orleans Pelicans. And the winner of game 3 will play Cleveland. The winner of game 4 will play the Clippers, and they'll earn the AC to the NBA playoffs. So that's what
Glenn Murray, our brother, says Pat Bev, my hero. You silly. All right, man. Hey, a couple of thoughts I had on both of those games. The first
man, what
game,
you got?
the Nets, like my brother Glenn say, the Nets defense is sus. Yes, it is. If you have a kid
Very
in
much
these
so.
times, you know what that means. But it's very suspect. But the Nets
Very
are a
much
very
so.
good team. But I will say this, man. They didn't just pound them. You know what I mean? And they're missing their main person, Jared Allen, like you said.
Jared Allen. Yeah.
And they kind of run like the Spurs had back in the day, the Twin Tower type of offense, where they had two big men. Evan Mobley is a beast. He's a very good rookie. He's very good. But the Nets have two superstars, and not only did Kyrie go 12 for 12 in the first half, he ended the game 16 for 16, fam. Like, perfect game. We'll speak more about perfect games a little bit later, but he had a perfect game. He showed out. Now for the next game, the Timberwolves and the Clippers, man. Look, I have high respect for Tyronn Lue as a coach, but he messed up last night.
Yeah, man.
He messed up. There's no way you're up 8 within 8 to 7 minutes of that game on the road against a team without their superstar. Now they have their future burgeoning or blossoming superstar that was going off, and Randall that was playing good, but their main guy had fouled out at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and you lost that game.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. And I mean, this was like almost like coaching bloopers. You know what I mean? One, the coach of the Timberwolves, Finch, I think his name, something like that. How do you leave your superstar in so long where he gets fouled out? How do you let that happen in a playoff game? And I know they called it the play-in, but they got to stop acting stupid and calling it the play-in. It's a playoff game. But for some reason, the statistics don't count for the playoff. Bro, it's the playoff game. It's a playoff. Yeah. If it ain't the playoffs, it ain't the regular season. Obviously, they're not playing like the regular season. So it was just some real coaching blunders, but salute to them. They pulled it out. They won the game. And like my man Glenn also said, Pat Bev is my hero. Pat Bev had a whole lot of theatrics at the end. But here's the reason why. Because he was with the Clippers. He wanted to get extended by the Clippers. He would love playing for L.A., and they wouldn't extend him. So he was, as they say, butthurt. So all them emotions came out after he beat the Clippers.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying? And, for the non-younger audience, he just let his load go, so to speak. Now, we'll see what they have for the rest of the playoffs, man, because they acted like it was the Super Bowl right then.
They did. They
anyway.
Did. Jumped on tables and everything.
Taking off clothes and everything, humping the bleachers, just doing all the way most.
Great. The most in one word. Chill out.
One word.
I will say this about the coaching. About the coaching, real quick. I want to
go ahead, bro.
Piggyback. It was 2 bad coaching moves, and Tyronn Lue admitted it. They planned for Cat. After Cat went down and they went small ball, they didn't have a game plan for Edwards and D'Lo. They wasn't expecting it. So that play, no backup plan, and Lue know better than that, man.
He too good of a coach to get out coached by it. Like, listen, the Timberwolves are good. I respect them. They finna play my team. I have all respect for them. They some dogs because Pat Beverly is a dog. But when that superstar go down, you gotta adjust. That marks a good coach. The adjustments you make. All right.
No doubt.
Next subject. This week the WNBA draft happened, and we have the top 10 of the WNBA draft. Let's get it, right?
Yeah, we got to talk. Let me tell you something, man. For anybody who live in Indiana and you a Fever fan, Indiana Fever, if they don't make the playoffs this year, fire the GM and the coach. And this is why I'm about to say this. Yeah. The number 1 pick came from the Atlanta Dreams. They got Ryan Howard out of Kentucky. If y'all don't know, women's college basketball, go look some of these names up. But Ryan Howard, she was number 1. Nalissa Smith from Baylor was number 2 for the Indiana Fever. This is why I said you better fire the coach and the GM if Fever don't do anything. This is their first pick. Indiana Fever picked Baylor forward Nalissa Smith. Washington Mystics got Shakira Austin out of Ole Miss. Indiana Fever, their second pick. Emily Englister from Louisville. The Liberty picked up Norris Sabali. Indiana Fever. Third pick, they picked up Lexi Hall from Stanford. Then the Dallas Wings picked up Veronica Burton. Yeah. Las Vegas Aces picked up Mia Hollingsburg. Los Angeles Sparks, Ray Burrow. Indiana Fever, fourth pick, Queen Egbo from Baylor. 2 Baylor teammates. So you got chemistry. And on a notable note, Destiny Henderson. If y'all don't remember this young lady, Destiny had an awesome game in the championship game against UConn, the little short, light-skinned young lady who was hitting them threes. She went 20th in the second round to the Indiana Fever. What's going on, Higgins? And so the Indiana Fever, that's your top 10. And Indiana Fever also picked up Destiny Henderson from the champion South Carolina Gamecocks. So we'll see what they do. If they don't make the playoffs this year, fire the coach, everybody.
I think this is from one of our overseas watchers, but this is funny to me. He say European basketball fans are crazy, throwing smoke torches, cursing, cheering in a really loud voice, sometimes going beatings with the fans from the opposing teams compared to NBA fans. This is true, all except for one thing, and this is not on our list, but I just wanted to bring it up. In the second game last night, there was a lady that called herself doing a protest for the abuse of animals. She was like I guess is it PETA? The people that PETA, for the abuse of animals.
Yeah.
And she put glue on her hand and tried to glue herself on the floor. She was almost, because I couldn't remember it to right now, the one word of the day. What up, Just Jane? She was almost one word of the day. So she's the early one word. This goofball glued herself to the floor because of the mistreatment of animals. Here's the point, fam. If she used Elmer's glue, you know what that's made with? Animals. You dummy. You big dummy. You remember Sanford and Son? Right. You big dummy. And this was this last thing, Rob. This was what is even more stupid. You know who owns the Minnesota Timberwolves? It's a man by the name of A-Rod. Used to play for the Yankees back in the day, right? Oh, Alex Rodriguez. Used to be married to J-Lo. The former owner's name is Glenn Taylor. She had a shirt that says Glenn Taylor is killing basically chickens, killing birds. You idiot. Glenn Taylor has now owned the Minnesota Timberwolves for 1 year. You big dummy. Anyway, for her. Go ahead, Rob.
I have nothing. First of all, you used Elmer's. Everybody who's been in elementary school know all of our projects fell apart because we used Elmer's glue.
That weak glue. That weak glue.
I'm done with it, bro. Should have used duct tape.
That's what Glenn say. She should have used duct tape. You ain't lying. For real.
But it took a minute. Hey, duct tape would have pulled some of the paint off the floor, bro. She ain't ready for that.
The audacity of you. What? You gonna... Listen, man. Hey, what up, Scooter? Listen, man. Scooter. I mean no harm. But some melanations is just goofy. Why would you glue yourself to the floor? I don't care where you from. Black, white, blue, Indian, Hindu, whatever you want to be. Fam. You want to make your point by gluing yourself to the floor at an NBA playoff game? You lucky you ain't get your tail whooped. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, she wasn't in the right city to get her tail whooped. Had she been in the right city?
Let me say this. The Minnesota Timberwolves about to play the Memphis Grizzlies. Lil' mama, try that in Memphis and see what happens. That's all
They gonna start playing whoop that trick.
Absolutely. Except a trick will be getting whooped. All right, next up, we talking about the girl at the Minnesota game.
Yeah. Hey, she wasn't about that Gorilla Glue life. She would have lost skin. She wasn't about that.
Because she went there to Gorilla Group. Her hand might be still down there.
Still down, yeah.
It wouldn't have been like a 2-minute delay. It wouldn't have been no 2-minute delay, fam. She would have been down for about 10, 15 minutes. All right, baseball opening week. Baseball opened last week. So what happened for the week, Rob?
Hey, so we're going to do the power rankings for baseball for all our baseball lovers. Right now, the LA Dodgers are number 1 with a 5-2 record. They are ranked number 1. Number 2 ranked. I don't understand this, but this goes to the Lakers, how the Yankees are the Lakers of basketball. How in the world they're number 2 in the power rankings and they have a 3-3 record? I have no clue. But they're number 2. The Padres, San Diego Padres are 4-3. They're ranked number 3. The Minnesota Twins are number 4 at 4-2. Astros, number 5 at 5-1. I'm only doing the top 5 of the power. It's too many baseball teams. Hey, but note, the defending champions, Atlanta Braves, are number 7 in the power rankings with a 2-4 record. And our beloved home Cardinals are number 13 with a 4-2 record. So I expect our power rankings to kind of go up at the end of this week because we are 4-2. We looking real good.
Somebody that's 3-3 is got a high.
Yeah, number.
How is it? Like we basically we whooped the what's the dude from Pittsburgh? What's the name of the team? The Pirates.
You talking about the Pirates? Yeah,
we whooped them over the weekend. What was 3-2, 3-1, something? Anyway, carry on, brother. Carry on.
Nah, I'm just saying. We are 4-2 at 13, and 10 spots above us at 3-3 are the Yankees. So I just don't get it. Maybe they
could be divisions though, because baseball do with divisions, so it could be some. They do,
and then you got AL and NL and all of that good stuff. But this is what I want to say while we're on the MLB. Shout out to Alyssa Nakins. She became the first woman to coach on the field of an MLB game. Yeah, so some shenanigans happened in the 3rd inning, where the Giants first base coach, he got kicked out. There was some racial undertone argument going on with him and the opposing team third base coach. Yeah. And she came in and, hey, she made history, man. She was coach. She was first base coach for the rest of the game from 3rd inning all the way to the 9th. So shout out again to Alyssa Nakins, man, for making history last night. Like,
I'm going to say this before we get to this last one, man. It should – I'm happy that it's history right now, but it shouldn't have took so long. Fam, like – if you believe women don't know sports, you stupid. There's a lot of women love sports. There's a lot of women understand sports. You know what I mean? Yes, he is, Judge Jane. Taco turning is great. There's a lot of women that's very knowledgeable in sports. And if you still have that old, dumb, antiquated thought, just, brother, it is 2022.
Get it together.
Get it together. Last subject, Luka gets hurt. Listen, I have a special all right, I'll let you tell them what happened to Luka. Then I got a real special comment for that. Go ahead, bro.
No, Luka. He had a strain. I want to say hamstring, calf. That's what it was, calf. They thought it was going to be worse than what it was. They listed him as questionable, and then they did the MRI, and it's just a strain. They asked Luka, was he going to play? And he said HE double hockey sticks, HE double yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm playing. Shoot, he got him there this far. I mean, no Luka, no Mavs. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play at least 2 of the games because you can mentally force yourself through a lot of stuff. It's some things that you just can't run through like a hamstring, and this is similar to a hamstring, but it's the calf, which is also very important to jump. He ain't gonna be able to jump without that calf, right? And it's also he ain't gonna be able to cut real well because he's gonna plant off that calf, right? Yep. The explosion is off the calf. Also, this though. Shame on the Mavs. And here's why I'm going to say shame on the Mavs. Now, Luka shouldn't have played that last game anyway because of this. He had too many technicals, and the NBA helped him out and rescinded the last technical that he got so he can play, and then he got his butt hurt. On the last day of the season, meaningless game. Listen, coaches, sit your guys down because there's a chance for injury. Listen, dog. We was on national TV when nobody playing. Everybody on the sideline with bling.
Oh, y'all was on the bench, yeah.
Blinging. Everybody was blinging. And I'm not mad at all because I want to be healthy going into the playoffs, man. Like, that was just a dumb move, man. But anyway, man, let's get into the soapbox. We run a little bit behind. Let's get into it.
Soapbox.
All right, this is our soapbox segment. And on this segment, we have a timer that looks like this. We go 2 minutes on whatever we want to snap about, whether it be a sports-related thing or a normal thing. A lot of times I do normal things, but sometimes I do some sport things. We'll see today. And when it's over, you'll hear a buzzer like this. So we got 2 minutes to just let off whatever we want to let off about this mess. Rob, is you ready?
I'm ready, brother.
Let's get it.
Hey, check this out, man. If you've been watching Not the Same podcast, I have gone on my rants about the WNBA and how they treat their players, from the flights to the salary and a bunch of other stuff that's just not acceptable for them to be professional athletes. It's about 70 players that go overseas to play internationally on the off season because they're trying to get their bread up. You know what I mean?
Right.
More than a dozen play in Ukraine and Russia and then pulled out, except for Brittany Griner, and I'll get to that a little more if I have time to get in this rant. There are 144 roster spots across 12 WNBA teams. In past years, some WNBA teams has posted trackers showing where their players are just so that fans could have an interest, whether they be in China, Israel, Italy, Turkey, etc. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Poland, Australia, all over the country, they had trackers to see where your favorite player was when the WNBA wasn't that popular over here in the States. Not the case at this point. Connecticut Sun forward Joquel Jones, she made most valuable player this year, and she had been playing in Russia, but left after Russia invaded Ukraine. So we could have had two incidents. But how can an MVP of a professional league have to go and play in another league in order to get their bread up? You know what I mean? And now we have the Brittany Griner thing that continues as she remains detained in Russia, and we have no clue. But the WNBA has decided to grant some type of leniency when it comes to the Phoenix Mercury. They're going to give Brittany Griner her full salary, save face, you know what I mean? And they're thinking about giving the Mercury some type of cap relief so that they can bring people in. But WNBA, you're not off the hook. Had you paid your players and treated your players right, none of these young ladies and these women would have to go overseas to get their bread up. Y'all have more than enough. Some owners do have more money than other owners, but you can give your superstar. Brittany Griner is an MVP caliber who brings people to watch the WNBA. Why isn't she making $1 million? And I'm going to leave that alone.
Ditto. Why is she not making $1 million? And like Rob said, if she was paid correctly, would she even be over there?
Right.
No. She probably wouldn't be. You know what I mean? So, hey, we still praying and hoping that Brittany Griner gets back to America, because this is not the time to be stuck in Russia while middle of a war is going on. Like, literally a war is going on.
No.
And you are American. That's not good. You know what I mean? All right, my soapbox is this. On a lighter subject, but a serious subject for me personally. I have a wife that is a great cook. She loves to cook. Cooking is her artistic expression. I've said this before, but it is. You know, my artistic expression is rapping and podcasting, and I can draw and do some graphics and stuff like that. I have a lot of artistic outlets. My wife's artistic outlet is cooking. So, I love to eat. Let me say that, right? But I work in a job where I'm always on the go. I'm always moving. So I eat a whole lot of fast food. I shouldn't. It's not good for my belly. Matter of fact, I went to a gator this weekend and I was mad because this top of my shirt was fighting. I felt like if I would have laughed too hard, I would have put somebody out. This thing was that, bah! You know what I mean? Because I go out to eat so much. But at the end of the day, I enjoy my food. I do what I do. I'm happy. My woman like it. Hey, I love it. At the end of the day. But check this out, man. This is what my soapbox is on today. I am very aggravated with when I go to a restaurant, whether it be any type of fast food, hamburger, chicken, whatever. Yeah, I got a little Dunlap. It happened. You know what I mean? But hamburger, chicken, pizza, whatever it is, right? Anything that has a drive-through, and I pull around and they say, oh, yeah, we can take your order, but it's 15 minutes on chicken. We can take your order, but it's 15 minutes on a burger. We can take your order, but it's 15 minutes on some tater tots. Bruh, your name is fast food, right? Crystal messes with me and be like, why don't you just wait? It'll be fresh. Because I don't want to wait the length it takes for me to cook food at home to get fast food. That's the purpose of me getting fast food. You dig what I'm saying? That is my purpose for getting fast food. It is not to go there and tell me that you have chicken in your name, or you have a Popeye in your name, or you have whatever type of thing in your name, and you tell me you ran out of chicken. How? You're McDonald's and you run out of fries. How? How, Sway? How? Make it stop. Make it stop. Debate Fuel.
You got to stop getting them when they open, cuz. Hey, in the comments, can you hear me? Hey, somebody in the comments, let us know if you can hear C or not. Yeah. Let's see. That's weird. No, can't hear C. Yeah, you went when you came back out, when you came back from the intermission, bro, you was gone.
Yo.
Okay, there we go. Yo, all right. There
Somehow
we go.
I muted myself. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Rob like he messed up something. I did it. I pushed the button. I'm sorry, man. You know, I don't know if y'all can see this.
That's why I went to the fam.
But I got a bunch of buttons. But yeah, hey, you see Rod Slick put it on there. Hey, y'all gonna say it so C know he messed up. That's all right, bro.
Hey.
I got you. I got you. With that being said, let's get to the subject at hand. The first subject, and this is what we call Debate Fuel. Me and Rob go back and forth over subjects, and we have a timer here, 5 minutes. When it's over, you hear this buzzer, and it's back like that. All right. Here it is. Oh yeah, what's up, B+? Good to see you, brother. All right, so the very first thing. The Timberwolves celebrate like crazy after beating the Clippers, good or bad. Now, guess what, y'all? I got something for y'all. I got a video. for it. Hold on. Let me get over here. I think I got a video.
If you got to speed it up so we don't get caught. No, I'm just...
I'm only going to play it once, brother.
So y'all pay attention.
Look at Pat Bev. He is just going crazy. Super, super crazy. He is crunk, right? Is this too much? They have just won the play-in game. This man took off his shirt, got his little skeet beat on.
Skeet beat.
And you know what I'm saying? He was in his bag, you know what I mean? So the question is, as we start
to play it all, man. That brother started crying,
yeah, my man he cried some thug tears, right? So the question is, Timberwolves celebrate like crazy after beating the Clippers, good or bad? Mr. Davis, go in.
Yeah, man. This is horrible. Now you need to play with any type of emotion, but the celebration they had, bro, for a play-in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is your celebration to get to the Memphis Grizzlies as they're the number 2 seed, and they now have the number 7 seed. You just made the playoffs, bro. That's it. Like, I can understand. You said it a little earlier. Pat Beverly was in his emotions and butt hurt, as you said earlier. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you, Jess James. I know it's been a minute, but you ain't won a series. You made the playoffs.
Right.
That's it. You made the playoffs.
Right.
I think it's too much. For Pat Bev, I get it. he gave his blood, sweat, and tears literally to the Clippers, and they turned their back on him. But it wasn't really the Clippers who turned their back on him as an organization. It was a new coaching staff. Like Doc Rivers left. Right. Doc Rivers left, and Ty Lue and his team came. They didn't want him. I mean, too much for me, man. Go ahead, and I'm gonna see what they. I'm gonna see what they say.
B plus said if it was to the game to get to the 8th seed, I give it a pass. I guess Pat Bev was pumped because it was the old team that bailed on. Yeah, that's the same thing Rob said. Just James say if the Kings make it, we popping bottles. Now I have a different opinion on this. Do I think it was a little extra? Yes, but I root for a team that celebrates crazily, right? And my team was the Timberwolves last year, right? We were the team that wasn't supposed to get in. We were we were literally the 9th seed. We ended up beating the 8th seed, and we got into the playoffs and actually won a game. And it was our first time in like 2 years. Now, that ain't 14, that ain't over 10, but I understand the Timberwolves have not been worth nothing for a long time. So, was he doing the most? Yes. Do I think he was doing the most? Yes. What was even more funny, Randall is getting interviewed by Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Like, no, we all right. We expected to be here. That's what we supposed to be. We 7 seed. We had to do this. And then in the back, you see old boy taking his shirt off and humping the bench and just doing it all the way the most. And then, the young rookie following him because Pat Bev is the leader. So I understand that my man Beverly had a tough time with them back in the day. But
he did.
As a fan of a team that not parties, but gets very, very crunk after a win, I understand it. But the difference is we are the 2 seed. So we got something to celebrate about. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not hating on them. Although I know we about to play them, I'm not hating on them at all. Because I respect them as a team. They're a very good team. But they was doing the most. Go ahead, Rob.
If they beat Memphis, I want to see a celebration that way. And believe it or not, me and C talked about this before we got on the air. There's people that actually got Minnesota beating Memphis because of Pat Beverly being an irritant and how is Ja going to handle, Pat being up in his stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Anyway.
Let it breathe.
But all jokes aside, I think it was a bit much for Pat Beverly. I don't. The rest of the squad doing what they was doing, no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, no, not at all. Because first of all, y'all barely did it. Y'all came back under the adversity. That's what the celebration I could see a little bit because Cat went out.
They weren't supposed to win that
at all. And D'Lo and Edwards brought them boys back, and they just balled out. And the Clippers showed us who they are for real.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. Just James say they might have a good series with Memphis. I can see it being a tight series. I can absolutely see this. Listen, I am 100% diehard Memphis Grizzly fan. I live but I live with that team, right? But I'm not stupid. Our season series with them was 2-2. He gives Ja a problem. But here's the problem here's something that nobody thinks about because, everybody not Memphis fans, and I get it. We have a player by the name, listen, there's a Pat Bev. Every team needs a crazy dude. A good team always got a crazy goon. Crazy one word.
Y'all got a
Pat Bev.
Bro.
We have one, and he's bigger, and he's better. His name is Dylan Brooks. He's 6'5". He can shoot. He can dribble. He can pass. He averaged 25 points a game in the playoffs last year. So when they start trying to beat up Ja, guess who's going to be beating up Pat Bev? And we got Steven Adams. Playoff Steven Adams is different. Go look up what Steven Adams did to Pat Bev when he hurt Russell Westbrook. And we're going to move right on. Remember Steven Adams and Russell Westbrook played together back in the day. And he hurt. And he hurt Westbrook. And Steven Adams gave him the pick of death where that boy laid out. And it wasn't no flopping. That boy went night-night. Anyway.
Yeah. One word, night-night.
Yeah, one word, night-night.
He was by himself, on the ground, no pillow.
Ant-Man versus Ja going to be a good matchup. Absolutely. They will never stick each other.
No doubt.
But, I agree. It'll be a great matchup. Brooks is just mean. No, this is facts. This is facts. He be looking like a devil. His nickname is the Villain. Dylan the Villain.
Let me tell you something, bro.
So I'm just let that be known.
You don't watch Power, but I promise you, like, Brooks
I know the characters, though.
Yeah, Brooks looked like one of the goons from Power, bro. I like the Ghost series. He looked like one of the goons that I'm telling you, bro. Like he be ready for it. And y'all got Melton also, who ain't
Yes,
no
sir.
punk out there, bro.
Brooks got that hockey goon in him. You ain't lying. He's a Canadian.
Yeah.
Brooks is a Canadian. All right, man. On to the next subject. Clayton Kershaw was pitching a perfect game and was pulled in the 7th inning. What's a perfect game? In baseball, it means you have no hits. And a hit constitutes, let me stop this timer because I'm explaining this. A hit constitutes for it hits and don't get out. So that's not a hit, right? So if he hit the ball, pop fly, and they catch it, they don't count for a hit against that pitcher. So he's pitching a perfect game. Nobody else hit him. They got all the way to the I'm laughing at B+. Canadian mob tie.
I saw it.
Anyway, so to this subject. He's having a perfect game, and they pulled him in the 7th inning. If you watch baseball for a long time, back in the day, they did not pull pitchers. You played it out. If you was having a perfect game, they let him play it out and get this perfect game, then sit down. You know what I mean? This is Clayton Kershaw. He plays for the Dodgers. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's a very tall pitcher. Former high school player with the quarterback for the Rams. The dude came from Detroit. I forgot his name. Matthew Stafford. They went to high school together. Anyway, so a college guy, I believe. So, do you think it was right for him to be pulled in the 7th inning? What's this dumb to you, Mr. Davis?
No. 17 million reasons why.
Good one, brother.
Let me tell you something, man. Kershaw re-signed in the offseason for $17 million after missing more than 2 months with inflammation in his left forearm. No, sir. He was slotted 5th in the rotation for this very reason. This was his season debut. They were basically dominating the Minnesota Twins. But when you sign a pitcher for $17 million, I don't care if you got 13, 20-something odd strikeouts, and you know that, and it was cold. That plays a key role also. It was cold out there. See, I didn't give them stats, folks. They pulled him. 17 millions why? 17 million reasons why. One game don't constitute for a complete season, man. That's why they pulled that boy last night.
I have another view of this. I think in baseball, for you to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame, there's things that matter. It's called stats, right?
Yeah.
And this would have been great on his resume. Now, Kershaw has had a illustrious career as a pitcher.
Big time.
Very good. But nobody would be able to take this from him. You know what I mean? And I'm of the mindset this is the same as in basketball what they call it? Load management in my mind. You know what I mean? So this is like a baseball version of load management. I'm not really good with it, in my opinion, man. Like, I think they should let him get his record, man. Let my man show out. You know what I mean? Because this is not like a common thing. Pitchers may have this once in their career, which means he may not never have this again. And he got pulled for load management because, you know, hey, I understand the $17 million. Everybody make money in baseball. Everybody does, unless you minor leaguer. Then you don't make no money. But big-time pitchers get paid, brother. So, I mean, let this man get his thing. Anyway, Glenn Murray say Kershaw should have slapped that coach. Just James said it don't matter. They preserving him. More on Rob's side. Hagan say we already know Kershaw can do that, though. He don't need to prove it. Protect that investment. Man.
Here, let me tell you something.
So, was he going to get hurt off of one game?
It was cold out. Only thing I'm saying, he did play the last 2 months. He had inflammation in his elbow, and that can come back for a pitcher. Hey, when pitchers get hurt in their arms or in their elbow and their pinkies, like it throw it all off. And if you remember when we talked about the power rankings, the Dodgers are 5-2. They have championship aspirations. They're not worrying about a Minnesota game in the first week of the season, bro. Like, pull him. We are trying to bring home the trophy. You dig what I'm saying? So what Just James said, they preserving him because for us, come on, man, you're in the 7th. He only has 2 more innings.
Right.
But how many pitches is that 2 innings? That's one.
He only pitched 70 pitches, man. Like it was. They could at least let him get to 100.
He was 70 in, but I mean, his slider was working for him. But then, fastballs, like, hey, bro. All I'm saying is, when you throwing like he throwing, I'm preserving my investment. I ain't give you $19 million so you can go sit down because I got to get Tommy John surgery on your arm, bro, or a rotator cuff or whatever. So I'll preserve him if I was him.
Yeah, I understand preservation, man, but that no, that's what they call it in baseball. That no
Yeah.
magic don't happen a whole
It
lot.
matters. It don't.
You know what I'm saying?
It
A
don't.
lot of people don't. A lot of people pitch for years. They win awards, win Cy Youngs. I believe that's what they call. No, not
Cy Youngs.
Yeah, they win all these awards, right? And never pitch a no. He had a chance. He may not never had it again. You know, at the end of the day. Now,
but I think he got more than one under his belt.
I don't know nothing about that. Maybe he do, but I'm just saying. I would have went on in, man. At least get to 100. You know what I mean? But anyway, Hagan said also every inning counts. Once you get up to 150 plus innings in the season, fatigue can kick in. He got to be right for the playoffs. I get that, but they just started. This man ain't right now, and the season just started last Thursday. Come on, man. But anyway, that's me.
They out of practice.
Man, y'all get tough in baseball. Stop being these.
Come on, man. You know good and well a splinter will put you on the DL over there, bro.
Man, stop picking lilies.
Hey, look, you get a sunflower seed caught in your tooth. You on the end.
Brother. All right, last subject for the night. Well, for debate few, is this season the last chance for Chris Paul to get a ring? Is this season the last chance for Chris Paul to get a ring? Mr. Davis.
Yeah, man. I don't think so. And this is the reason I'm going to tell you why. The Suns have a complete team. They showed that they can win without Chris Paul. Chris Paul hasn't fallen off. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, this is some of the best basketball I've seen Chris Paul play in years. Maybe the Oklahoma season when he took them to the playoffs.
Okay.
But just his wisdom, his basketball IQ, setting things up, like, it's crazy. Devin Booker's in his bag. He should be more talked about MVP. Ayton is playing good, and even when he went down, they had what's my man McGee's out there now, right? Like filling it in.
JaVale McGee.
Phoenix is a problem, and if they stick together with the way Chris Paul has been playing, I don't think this is his last chance, but this is his best chance, in my opinion.
This is what I think, man. Let me answer this. He said, Glenn Murray said, did you see the flagrant foul called on Dragic for accidentally hitting Garland in his manhood yesterday? No, I didn't see that, but I didn't see it. I didn't
even watch the game. I ain't going to even lie to you, Glenn.
For me, I think this is the last chance. And here's why. This season is the prime opportunity. The West is down. The number 2 is the Memphis Grizzlies. I am a fan, okay? But we ain't supposed to be there yet. So this is the season. They have the best team in the NBA by far. It's not even close. You know what I'm saying? The second best team is mine, but it's not even close. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if they get another shot at the Bucks, they will win, in my opinion. But they got to get there, man. Like, they can't play around. They can't mess around. If they end up playing, I think they end up messing around with Utah. They end up playing Utah. They can't mess around, fam. Because at the end, I know that Chris Paul is in his bag right now, but my man is 37. At the end of the day, you 37. I know you vegan now, and you eating to live and all that, but 37 is 37, vegan or not, fam. Things gonna slow down. So, he got to take it. I think this year is the year. There's no Lakers. There's no Clippers. All the superstars are out. You have one, like, say you either have my team or the Warriors to beat.
Warriors, yeah.
And both of those are susceptible to lose to you. Yeah. They need to get there and they need to win it this year, in my opinion. Because next year is going to be different because I think Lakers will be back. The Clippers will be fully healthy. Kawhi will be back. Denver will be back. Jamal Murray will be back. Jamal might be back this playoffs. They say he practicing now. So next year the West going to be a beast. They need to take advantage now. But go ahead, bro.
No, from putting it on that, and then we're gonna look at some of the comments. From putting it up from that standpoint about how the West is kind of down and hurt. Yeah, this is a prime opportunity for them to get there. I just think people wouldn't mind coming to play with him come next year. But he 37, and it's only one LeBron. If you don't understand what I'm saying,
this is true.
It's only one LeBron when you at that age and you still playing like you did 5 years ago or in your prime. You know, so.
All right, Just James says, I believe this is his last chance to be a vital member at getting a ring. Now, that's probably better said. Now, he may be on the team, and be coming off the bench and get a ring, but I'm talking about him being a primary player.
Yeah,
Hagan say the Suns have a top 5 PER ratings in the league during clutch time. Yeah. That's what I mean. Here's another reason why I don't think it may not be it. Aiden didn't get his money this past summer, which means
he did.
He can get up out of here. He'll be a free agent this summer. Now he can re-sign with them, but when it get time to that, as they call nut cutting time, dude's gonna go get that bag. He gonna get that bag, and he gonna look at them like, y'all disrespected me. I thought I was good. All these other players in my draft class got their money. Luka got his money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trae Young got their money. Same draft class. You know, even my man, Jaren Jackson Jr., got his money. Same draft class. Aiden is the only one of them that been to the finals, literal finals. He's the only one, and he ain't get his bag. So I'm just saying the team may not be the same this year. That's why I'm saying that. When you got a team that good, you got like a 3 to 4 year run, and all of a sudden people start and listen. Do you trust their owner Robert Sarver to keep paying people? He's been one to work. He was like the new version of the old Clippers owner. What's the old dude? Donald Sterling. He's like the new Donald Sterling. You know what I mean? He don't want to pay nobody.
Yeah.
So
he looking for them deals.
Yeah, man, looking for them deals, man. All right, man, let's get into this one word of the day before we roll on out, man. Here we go. This one word. No. Of the day. Nah, that ain't true. All right. The one word of the day. Nah, because I went back and watched the videos. That's how I know.
Okay.
The one word of the day is Adam Schefter. So there was an untimely death this weekend of Dwayne Haskins, right? Dwayne Haskins was a quarterback. And why do we say Adam Schefter is the one word of the day? Because of something he did. He reported on the news that if you don't know who Adam Schefter is the Woj of the NFL. They have basically the same role. You know, they are news breakers. They are reporters for their respective sports. Adam Schefter is very good. He's very respected, highly regarded. But this weekend, my man took a L, and he is this week's one word of the day. Now, Rob, you know, I came with some evidence. Here it is, as you can see in the middle of your screen. This is Adam Schefter's tweet when reporting on Dwayne Haskins' passing. Dwayne Haskins, a standout at Ohio State before struggling to catch on with Washington and Pittsburgh in the NFL, died when he got hit by a car in South Florida, per his agent, Cedric Saunders. Haskins would have turned 25 years old in May. Cardale Jones, I forgot his name when he played, but he was also a quarterback at Ohio State back in the day. How about Dwayne Haskins' son, husband, Buckeye brother, friend, beloved teammate has passed away? TF, his career, ups and downs have to do with his unfortunate death. That's what he said. I agree with him because if you go search Twitter right now, you know what you will not see? This tweet, because he took it down. Fam, why do you got to say all that when reporting on this man's death? Listen, I understand that you are a writer and you write colorfully and you trying to explain this. His career status has nothing to do with this. This man died. People, my man, was it Juju? It was somebody. He had a video on social media. He was crying. Somebody he played with Pittsburgh. It might have been Juju. I think Juju gone, but I think he had a video of him he couldn't console himself crying because this man died. This man is 24 years old. He's a husband. Like, man, this is messed up, man. Messed up.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, brother?
Yeah. If anybody don't know what we're talking about, he was struck by a dump truck Saturday morning as he tried to cross the highway on foot in South Florida, authorities said. So that's what happened. They said he got struck by a car, but a dump truck hit him while he was trying to cross the street. And my thing is this. This goes back to doing things tastefully and tactfully. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you want to bring up this man's struggles and he's gone. You know, he should have we all missed the mark. Absolutely. I'm sure. I pray not, but as much as me and C goof around, we're going to say something one day that's going to probably offend someone. It's not on purpose. And I don't think
forgive us in advance.
Yeah, because I know how goofy we can be, and we may find something very funny, like i.e. the Will Smith thing, and some people didn't find that funny, but we'll move on. Adam Schefter, I don't think he tried to do it on purpose. I think, like C said, I think he was trying to be colorful. But you've been in this game long enough to know, come on, bro. You know good and well this ain't how you do it. Because had it been somebody else, had it been,
Brady,
Brady, or had it been Gronk or somebody of that, you would have showed. No, let's give a struggling quarterback. Had it been Johnny Football, you would have highlighted his college career. You wouldn't have talked about the struggles Johnny Football had when he got into the NFL and how he couldn't stay on the team or whatever the case may be. So, I just come on, man. I know you're a decorative reporter and writer, but you got to do better than that. What the people saying, man?
All right, B+, my brother B+ says facts. Cortez says dang. Just James say truly tragic, and Hagen says Adam come off as somebody who really don't care about the person, just a player. I ain't gonna call him the R word, but my Pisces senses are tingling, and they usually don't lie. That's funny. That's funny.
He ain't lying.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I won't call this a racist move. It may have been an act. I'm gonna give him some grace, but I just say it was a dumb move. But the move can look that way. He may not have been thinking or whatever, but I think some people what if it was Cam Newton who can't keep his mouth shut? Yeah. He was almost the one, but we'll talk about Cam a little bit later. But I just think everybody mess up, but I think we have to be careful, man. Like when someone died, man, it should always be tragic. I remember there was a preacher that died that I used to like back in the day. It's a guy, Mr. Miles Monroe. He died in a tragic plane accident, right? And he used to do all these messages on wisdom, and he was very popular. And there were some people that was opponents of his teaching that was like good riddance. Just because you ain't like what he talked about, like fam, that's a husband that's dead. You get what I'm saying? Like all that other stuff, that superficial stuff, that left-right stuff, don't matter. When somebody passed, man, you need to just be like, hey, husband, like my man Cordell Jones said, hey, husband, father, teammate, former Buckeye, whatever, passed. That's it. You don't need to be talking about he was struggling and all that. Like, man, that's trash. So, Adam Schefter, you are the one word of the day.
He is the one word of the day. But guess what? You could say he was struggling, but he still had a job.
Right. He made more money than what I'm making. I know that for sure.
Right. He still had a job. So,
Just James said, it shows some of these guys only look at these guys as athletes and nothing else, or what the newspaper clippers say how they are. That is a good point.
That's a good point.
Before we get up out of here, let me say this, man. Athletes are people, right? This is not, you remember you reading the books, the Roman gladiators? They're not that. They're real people. They got real lives. And they got real stuff going on, real families and all that, man. And listen, they do entertain us with what they do. If they can run the ball, throw the ball well, or dunk a ball very well. But when they get through dunking the ball, when they get through throwing the ball, they are real people, and they should be treated as such. And if you are a reporter, you should treat them as such. Because if you don't, who will you report on? So you need to treat them with respect, because they are getting you a job. They are keeping you paid. But anyway. Go ahead, brother. Last word on this.
No, I just, he the one word. That's the last word. Shoot.
Ooh, all right. I ain't argue with that, brother. All right, brother, here we go.
Yo, appreciate y'all sliding through. Yeah, I appreciate it. Throwing all my business out there, putting all my business out there. Anyways, have you ever thought, I really enjoy what these guys are doing with this podcast. How can I help support them? How can I be a blessing to them? You can be a blessing by continuing to do what you've been doing, tuning in, hitting the like, subscribe, notification button, sharing it to the many groups that we've talked about so many times in the past. There it is. Or you can hit our Cash App, # Not the Same Podcast. Go to the website, notthesamepodcast.com/support. The website will be updated soon so that you can see the latest episodes and whatnot. We got to get on top of that a little better. But look, we appreciate y'all for sliding through, and that's how you can support a couple of one words who having fun doing this, man.
So we appreciate y'all. Tomorrow night we'll be back with another Music and Faith show. Be sure to tune in at 6 o'clock sharp. We will be live. And we got some stuff. Go ahead, brother.
101. Episode 101.
Episode 1. Season 2.
Oh, that's right. Season 2, 1.
Podcast.
That's what it is.
Right, because we did that 100. We had the great guest Flame in and more guests.
Yeah, y'all go and check that out. Yeah, go check out that Flame interview, man.
But we gonna have even more and even bigger guests and bigger things coming, man. We ain't stopping. We full. All gas, no brakes, as they say.
No brakes.
Anyway, I am C. Micah.
I'm Robert Dean.
We is out, man. We see y'all tomorrow.
Christ lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so